Welcome back, guys, with another episode of Post Huddle podcast. Today, I have two guests with me. If you want to introduce yourselves,
I'm Kiersten.
And I'm JT.
So yesterday at FCA, we read James 2:1-13,
Correct.
And we had a guest speaker of
Wendell. Yeah,
Wendell. He was a youth pastor at Owensboro Christian Church. We're gonna go through and read James 2:1-13. JT, take us away.
All right, James 2. My brothers and sisters, do not show favoritism as you hold on to the faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ. For if someone comes into your meeting wearing gold ring and dressed in fine clothes, and a poor person dressed in filthy clothes also comes in, if you look with favor on the one wearing the fine clothes and say, sit here in a good place, and yet you say to the poor person, stand over there, or sit on the floor by my footstool, haven't you made distinctions among yourselves and become judges with evil thoughts? Listen, my dear brothers and sisters, didn't God choose the poor in the world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom that he has promised to those who love him?
But you have dishonored the poor. Is it not the rich who are exploiting you? Are they not the ones who are dragging you into court? Are they not the ones who are blaspheming the noble name of him to whom you belong? If you really keep the royal law found in Scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. But if you show favoritism, you sin and are convicted by the law as lawbreakers. For whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it.
For he who said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not murder. So if you do not commit adultery, but you murder, you are a lawbreaker. Speak and act as those who are to be judged by the law of freedom. For judgment is without mercy to the one who has not shown mercy. Mercy triumphs over judgment.
Yes. So that was just what Wendell went through yesterday, just talked about. And he kind of broke it up to us, and he said there's three questions that he felt that James was challenging us with throughout this. So the first section is, what is a challenge? And what he said what the challenge was, believers in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ must not show favoritism. Why do y'all think that's important? Why do y'all think showing favoritism is important nowadays?
Well, I mean, I think that can be put into discipleship. Don't just choose to disciple this person because you like the way they look or you like the way that they present themselves. We have to, as disciples for Jesus, we have to be open to share the good news with everyone. We have to be wanting to share it with everyone and not just a specific group or specific people.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that goes up to verse 2 where it says, suppose a man come into your meeting wearing a gold ring and fine clothes, and a poor man in filthy old clothes also come in. If you show the attention to the man wearing fine clothes and say, here's a good seat for you, but say to the poor man, you stand here or sit on the floor by my feet. That's really what he's saying. Why are we treating people differently when we're all made in the same image of God? We're all made in the image of God. So why, just because somebody's wealthy in the world, doesn't mean they're worthy. They're wealthy in the faith. So why are we treating them differently?
Oh.
That was and
we all belong to the same God.
We do, exactly.
I feel like sometimes people want to try to encourage people that are richer to come to church, because the greediness part of it. Sometimes people want more money for the church or whatever, instead of actually getting people that'll preach the gospel.
It's like that story in the Bible. I don't know where it's at, but there were wealthy men and then there was this poor man, where this poor man gave everything he had. And I think it was it was basically 2 cents. Basically, that's all he had. He gave it away. And the wealthy man, they had hundreds of millions of dollars, and they were just giving I'm giving an example, $20, $100. And God was this wealthy man, even though he didn't give more than y'all, he's still giving more than y'all, basically, because he's giving all he's got. And I feel that's kind of what we need to take away from here. Just because you are richer or you have more doesn't mean that God sees you differently, because he doesn't. He sees us all the same, no matter how much we give. And he had a point where he says, we wonder why people who need Jesus don't want to come out and go to church, because we treat non-believers differently than we treat believers.
Yeah,
and
we're showing favoritism.
Exactly. And I think people do that without even realizing it. if I walk into a room and I'm like, if you're atheist, stand up, and like 3 people stand up, those 3 people, like, by nature we'll treat them different because we don't believe in the same thing that we do, and like that's just sacred. That's secondhand nature for us. Like it's all like our worldly bodies who like just do that. We don't think twice about it, but it's a sin, and it's like it's hard to break. And then that second question he asked is, why does it matter? And his answer to it was, it reminds us who everyone belongs to. Kind of how what you were saying, we all belong to the same God. Whether someone has the most faith or no faith at all, we're all made in God's image. That was something that he said that stuck out to me. Was it could be somebody who doesn't, like, again, an atheist who doesn't believe in God, but God still made him in an image, and that's honestly, that's kind of like, it's not crazy, but it's like it's eye opening. Like somebody who doesn't believe in God, God still loves him just as much as He loves us, and we're all followers of God. That's very like eye opening and teaches us like just to love everybody, as like the challenge was love everybody how we love ourselves.
No matter like race, ethnicity, gender, any of that, like we all belong to God.
Yeah.
God made each and every one of us.
We're all unique and perfect in the image of God.
We all have
Exactly.
He all
different
made us.
fingerprints.
My church at home, and when somebody's birthday, they go, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God."
Yeah.
That's so true.
Would they tell him happy birthday after that, or just?
Yeah, they're like, so like, let's say it's guys, you didn't know it is actually JT's birthday today.
It's not my birthday.
No, so they'll be like,
I believed it.
Oh,
they'll
it's
be
my
like,
present.
they'll be like,
It's my present.
we have a birthday today, JT's birthday, and they'll be like, JT, how old are you? I'm like, 21.
I'm 20.
And then they'll be like, JT, hey, birthday, want you to know you're fearfully, wonderfully made in the image of Jesus Christ. So that's how it is.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, JT.
My birthday actually is in 20 days.
Happy birthday, JT.
Yeah, is that my early
Everybody
birthday?
wish JT happy birthday in the comments. No, this way.
That's cute. I cannot think of this word.
Kind of went off that second point that he had. He also said, our faith should be more than words or a title. It should be a real life action. And I feel like that was cool. Like people live this life and like, yeah, I'm a Christian, or they're like, they'll tell you these Bible verses, but if you go and you see how they actually walk their, like the way they walk their life and how they do life, it's just like, are you truly a Christian? And I feel like that's something. What I struggled with at the beginning of my faith was like, I always said I was a Christian, but like if you followed me Monday through Saturday, you're like, this man is not a Christian,
Right.
and
I feel like that's what a lot of people go through, or especially earlier in their faith, before they actually. I mean, you understand when you get saved what's happening, but starting to apply everything to your lives is probably the hardest thing to do.
exactly.
I think that can kind of be incorporated into like chapel each week, and that being like being a follower versus a fan.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Are you only showing up when you're winning as a fan, or
Kind of like that one.
are you watching the trailer or are you watching the movie?
you're watching the movie? Yes. Are you watching the movie like, ooh, but the trailer like, this movie looks good, I gotta go watch it, or are you like, I'm sitting in the movie theater watching this movie right now? What did he say? And then the last point, how do we answer this challenge? And then his answer to that was James 2:8, kind of where we've been at this whole time, is love everyone as we love ourselves. We need to get intentional about loving others how God loved others. And that's a prayer that I pray every day, is Jesus to help me be intentional about my walk with Him. And when he used that word intentional, I was like, intentional. Like, that's something that I pray about, being intentional. It's like that's what you gotta do. You gotta start being intentional about how you do things in the world, especially loving others how God loved us.
I really liked how last night he pointed out that when James says like, love your neighbor as yourself, it wasn't because James was like specifically told that, but it's because he watched Jesus live that way. And he watched Jesus love everyone so unconditionally that he found it important to add, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And he said there was something so special about the way Jesus loved others that people were drawn to him to put down everything they had to follow him. And you hear people put down everything, and they're like, it's just all like, it was like, so so many people just dropped their whole life to follow Jesus. But it was like, well, I mean, if you've never felt something that special before, like obviously it's life changing. So you're gonna change it.
Actually, I just started watching The Chosen.
I love it.
Do you love The Chosen?
Yes.
That's great. Does it get better? I mean, it's good, but does it get better?
I like it.
I'm at the part where he's like gathering all of his disciples, like Mary and Peter and all of them.
I've only watched 2 episodes of Chosen.
I love the part. I literally made my friends we were watching
Yeah, I
Dancing
think
with the
she
Stars.
made me watch it too. Yeah,
We were watching Dancing with the Stars in the film room, and we were waiting for everyone to show up, and I pulled up The Chosen. I was making them watch scenes.
What was it?
It was
it
scene,
Peter? Was it Peter the fisher of men?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
he
Jesus was sorry.
No, you can go.
No,
It's your section.
Oh, sorry. But when Jesus was like, "Oh, can I use your boat to preach?" And
Oh yeah.
Peter's like, "No, I had a long night," and he's like, "Give me a second." And then he's like,
Cast your net.
Yeah, cast your net. And Peter's like, "I'm not gonna get any fish. I already tried." And then he casts it anyway, and then he doesn't get any fish at first, so he kind of gives Jesus this look and Jesus and the boat tips over. I love that part.
I just finished where he healed the paralyzed man.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
When they put
him through the hole in the roof.
Yeah. Sorry, I completely interrupted.
I wonder how biblically accurate that is.
Well, I mean, they said it's in the Bible. They talked about I don't know where I was at. Somebody was talking about this story about how these 3 friends where they had to be very strong in their faith to imagine carrying somebody who is paralyzed, he can't walk, can't do anything, just dead weight, and you carry him to a roof. You know how hard that has to be. These 3 friends had to be so determined. It's we're getting this brother to Jesus. No matter what's gonna happen, he's getting to Jesus.
Brother needs Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. That's the type of friends that we need. And we're just
facts. Surround yourself with godly people, and you will become godly yourself.
Exactly. What is it?
Show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Ooh.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Ooh, I remember you saying that one during football. I feel like
I might have said that.
Oh, here it is. It goes with the paralyzed man, and it's you need people around you who are emotionally strong with Jesus and have a good relationship with Jesus, where even if you are not emotionally strong enough to get to Jesus yourself, they will carry you. Those friends carried the paralyzed man, and they will carry you back to Jesus emotionally.
Where did you get that from? Honestly,
I think it was FCA camp, and it was Mark 2.
How'd you find that in your notes?
I don't know. I just knew
I
had written it somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna bother me because I wonder who was talking about this with me.
Yeah, I think it
maybe you're talking about it. What if you're talking about it?
I remember having this conversation recently, so I think
it was recently.
It
wasn't an FCA.
No, this is from FCA camp this summer. I just knew.
Was it Wednesday night Bible study?
It might have been.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just like JTC, you gotta surround yourself with godly people because it's easier. It makes a hard life easier, honestly. If you have people who around you who have the same morals as you, worship the same God as you, and they just live life the same way you do, when you slip, it's gonna be easy for them to pull you back up because y'all have the same firm foundation of Jesus.
Because they're gonna check you. They're gonna be like, hey. We don't do that.
And if your friends don't shake you, bro, are they really your friends? That's the real question.
Facts.
That's the real question.
Which camera do I look at? This one?
Yeah, it's that one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Hey, if your friends don't check you, I don't think they love you.
They don't love you. You're so true.
They love you conditionally, not unconditionally. Amen.
Amen. So, I know we didn't really get down to the rest of the verses, but something that low-key you want to talk about is where verse 10 where it says for whoever I'm sorry, I lost it.
For whoever keeps the law.
Yeah, for whoever keeps the law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. For he who said you should not commit adultery also said you should not murder. If you do not commit adultery but do commit murder, you have become a lawbreaker. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to y'all? How I have something I want to say about, but I don't know. I want to see what y'all have to say about that first. Like,
me and Anna were literally just on the phone, like talking about this right before we left to come over here. But it's like you can't act a specific way, and you can't like preach against one thing and your one sin, but then turn around and like you are also committing all these other sins. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it kind of takes you back to Matthew and like the Sermon on the Mount when he's like, don't call out the splinter in one person's eye when you have a plank in your own. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of, yeah, I don't know. We were just talking about that, so I think it's crazy. Yeah.
I think it's to the point where, I mean, he's basically saying no matter what you do, you'll never be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, because Jesus is the only perfect one. Like, eventually you're going to slip up on something. Like, even if you don't actually murder someone, but if you're like thinking hateful thoughts and you're like, oh man, this and that, then you're committing murder in your heart. Mm-hmm. So it's just the thought of we're born into sin. So it's inevitable that we break one of those laws and we become a lawbreaker.
I was talking to somebody about not about this, but something about bearing the fruit. And we were talking about like, yes, we all have a fruit that we need to work on, but it's not like when we work on that one fruit that we just throw the rest of them out the window. And I feel that's kind of the same with this. Like, we all struggle with a certain sin. And it's not like, let's say my sin that I struggle with is, like we're talking about now, judging others. So this week, I can't be like, this week, I'm going to work on judging others. But next week, I need to work on my language. So I'm going to go back to judging others, but I'm just going to fix my language. Like, it's like a continuous, like, you're just adding it to your bag of tricks. Like, that's what it is. Like, okay, I've not mastered, but I've kind of gotten down not judging others. Okay, now I need to keep this with me. Now I need to work on this. So I kind of feel like kind of what you're saying. We're not going to be perfect. You're going to slip up. Somebody's going to say something and you're going to judge them. It's just, like I said, it's human nature. And it happens. But turning back, again, just turning to God, just giving it to him and just saying, like, confessing to him and telling him, like, Lord, you know I messed up. I know I messed up. Just forgive me for this. And like, we're forgiven for it. And it's
that kind of takes me back to like when Isaiah was talking last week, I think, when he was like,
last week,
yeah, like, you don't teach a kid to lie, you don't teach a kid to like disobey their parents. It's just human nature. And that's just like, yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Zay because we did this little Bible study, and he kind of explained the fruit of the Spirit, because like we bear fruits, and the fruits are the fruit of the Spirit. So I can't be joyful, and then, like you said, not be a part of any other of the fruits. Yeah. But he kind of explained it as, you know, a grapevine, how there's different branches with all the grapes on them. That's how it has to be. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one single vine, but all the fruits of the Spirit are on it. So you can't just pick and choose which one you want to do. Essentially, it was what you said.
You can't like, well, I'm gonna grow 3 grapes on this branch, but then on this branch I'm not gonna grow any. Like that's not how it works. Like you were saying,
you
like,
can't just pick and choose.
Yeah,
you have to
like once you like grow that fruit, like that, all of it's gonna grow. Like, it's so kindness that's the fruit of the Spirit, and joyfulness. If it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, if you're joyful, you're gonna be kind to others. You're gonna be gentle to others. Gentle to others. And that's just how it goes. Like, a lot of those fruit of the Spirit, like, they play together in the sense where it's like, if you're patient, if you're joyful, you're gonna be patient, and if you're patient, you're gonna be soft spoken, and that you can't, like we were talking about, you can't just bear one and not bear the rest of them. That's just not how it works.
Yeah, it can't be like, I want to be super loving today, but I'm gonna have no self control. Exactly. I'm not gonna be patient with nobody. I'm gonna be super loving. Like, those things don't go hand in hand.
They don't. Like I was saying, like, they work together.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
kind of the cool thing about it. Like, you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
And if you don't have any, then you're not a very happy person.
I kind of just like flipped my page, and I just saw like a note that says like faith without works is dead. Like, we can't just have words. We have to produce real action with what we do. And it's like, this kind of like skips ahead. So I don't know if I like it, but it just says like, if a brother or sister is without clothes and lacks daily food, and one of you says to him, go in peace, stay warm, and be well fed, but you don't give him what the body needs, what good is it? So it's like, in the same way, like our works are dead if we don't, like we can't just be like, oh yeah, you go out and be a great Christian, like you got it. But like they don't know how to do, like we have to like help them, if that makes sense. And like we have to like, I don't know, that was just kind of skipping ahead.
No,
but
honestly, it's kind of cool you brought that up because we just talked about that in our G group. We have our G group on Thursdays, and we just talked about that. We're going through Romans. It's kind of what they said in there. Like, I mean, it was different words that they used. Like in the Bible, it was different words. But at the end, all that's what it was talking about. Like, if you don't like, if you just have faith and you're not working on that faith, or you're not standing on that faith, and you're just like, again, we were saying earlier, I'm a Christian, but if you follow me Monday to Saturday, I'm not a Christian. Continue to just working and like working on yourself, working on your relationship with the Lord, working on your relationship with others. That's what like continues to like build your faith and makes it strong. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up actually.
yeah.
And I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. Isaiah Tom shared his testimony yesterday.
Yes.
Wonderful
Love that guy.
testimony.
Love that guy.
Earth.
He talked about finding his identity in things other than Christ. And I thought that's something that everybody struggles with in high school, like growing up, where it's just like, oh, I'm not liked because I just play terrible, or I'm not doing good. So like, I'm not gonna bear fruit, act a certain way, and that's not right. That's in the core. It calls it the oh gosh, we just read it. Something mentality, the winner's mentality, the competitor mentality is what they call it. It's just like you don't think it's your loved ones because you don't play to your expectations. When at the end all be all, no matter how you play, God doesn't care how you play in your sports.
Right.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Post Huddle Podcast. Thank you, Kiersten. Thank you, JT, for joining me today. It's kind of hard finding people. As last week, Aiden, you heard him say it was just us two because nobody likes us. But
You didn't ask me. I'll do this every week.
all right,
I'll make it interesting.
we have FCA every Monday 8:08, Chapel every Wednesday 12:12, Prayer Team every Tuesday 7:07. Post Huddle Podcast, Post Chapel Podcast hosted by my roommate actually, Aiden Houston. So tune into that. It's pretty cool. But other than that, that's it. Thank y'all for joining. Everybody have a good rest of y'all's day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's it.